Hare Krishna. Welcome to the Bhagavad Gita class. Today is Sunday, 19th September. 20th September 2015. So we'll start with our prayers. I'll request everybody to mute except the one I request to chant the prayers. So today we'll again give chance to Rashmi Mataji to recite the invocation. We can all recite in our own homes without opening the mic. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Om Ajnanam Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitasha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radhakanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhirundavaneshwari Rishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin iti namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashata Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Nam Shabadaya Krishna Bhutale Srimate Jai Pataka Swaminiti Namine Namacharya Padaya Nityaya Krupa Pradayine Gorakatha Namadaya Nagar Grama Tarine. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
So we are in chapter 2, Sloka number 40. Actually, you might have noticed that sometimes we take 2 or 3 shlokas in one day. This is the first time we are taking one shloka in 2 days, Last Sunday, we started with this same shloka, and I told last Sunday also that we are not able to complete the commentaries because there are so many wonderful commentaries and I didn't want to miss anything. So I said we'll continue from where we left last Sunday. So if you have missed last Sunday, then the only thing for you is to see the previous recording. I'll be sending it today both last and this, So this is continuation of that. So those who were attending last time, they know. Those who are not attending, please bear with me. And but it is the same shloka, only commentaries from different acharyas will be reading. So first, let us at least chant the mantra today, shloka today. And after me. Neha bikramam nashosti pratyavayo na vidyate.
नेहा विक्रमणातोऽस्ति
नाशोऽस्ति
प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते
स्वल्पाल्पम् अप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्
स्वल्पम् अप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्
नेहा विक्रमनाशोऽस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते
नेहा विक्रमनाशोऽस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते
स्वल्पम् अप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्
स्वल्पम् अप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्
कार्तिक प्रभु
नेहा विक्रमनाशोऽस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते
नेहा विक्रमनाशोऽस्ति
प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते
स्वल्पम् अप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्
स्वल्पम् अप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात् रश्मि माताजी
नेहाभिक्रमनाशोऽस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते
नेहा
नेहादिक्रमनाशोऽस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते
स्वल्पम् अप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्
स्वल्पम् अप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्
राधिका रमण प्रभु
नेहाभिकर्मणसोऽस्ति प्रात्यवायो न विद्यते
नेहाभिक्रमनाशोऽस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते
स्वल्पम् अपि अस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्
स्वल्पम् अप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्
सीता माता जी सीता माता जी हरे कृष्णा कैन यू चैंट ओके सौम्य माता जी
नेहाभिक्रमनाशोऽस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते
नेहाभिक्रमनाशोऽस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते
स्वल्पम् अप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्
स्वल्पम् अप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्
प्रेमावर्तिनी माता जी
नेहाभिक्रमनाशोऽस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते
नेहाभिक्रमनाशोऽस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते
स्वल्पमपि अस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्
स्वल्पमप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्
Anybody else who is there online like to chant? Shama Madhvi Mataji, Dawali Mataji?
They are not there, Prabhuji.
They are not there. Okay. So we'll go to word by word translation.
This is the previous one only, isn't it, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Na.
Na.
There is not.
There is not.
There is not.
Iha.
Iha.
Eh,
In this yoga.
In this yoga.
In
Abhikrama,
Abhikrama,
Abhikrama.
in endeavoring.
in endeavoring.
In anything.
Nashaha,
Nashaha,
Nash.
loss.
loss.
Asti,
Asti,
Asti.
there is.
There
there.
There is.
Satyavayah,
Pratyavayah,
diminution.
Diminution.
Na,
No.
never.
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 Vidyate,
Vidyate,
Vidyate.
there is.
there is.
There.
Sualpam,
So alpam,
Alpam.
a little.
a little.
A little.
Api,
Api,
although.
although.
Asya,
Asya,
of this.
of this.
Dharmasya,
Dharmasya,
That
occupation.
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 Trayate,
Trayate,
releases.
releases.
Mahataha,
Mahataha,
Mahata.
from very great.
from very great.
From
Bayat,
Bayat,
Bayat.
danger.
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 Translation. In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. So, we have read some commentaries last week. Let me just quickly recap what we read last time, and then we are going to continue reading more commentaries from different acharyas. What Krishna is saying here to Arjuna is that in the previous verse, in this, there is no, in what? So in the previous verse, he talked about Buddhi Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. Buddhi Yoga, but Buddhi Yoga is nothing but Bhakti Yoga. Buddhi means intelligence, Yoga means to engage, to link. So link with what? To link with the Supreme Lord. That is the most intelligent thing. That's why it is called Buddhi Yoga. And then Krishna is reassuring, this is, as I explained last time, that this is one of the guarantees of Krishna. This is the first one it starts with. It says, there is no loss. If you do something in Bhakti Yoga, there is no loss whatsoever. That thing will continue because it says, there is no loss or no diminution, means this, it will not get reduced. It's like, putting a money in your fixed deposit, a bank, or a saving deposit, So there is no loss, right? In a checking account, whatever you put, the moment you take out, it is gone. Here, first of all, you are not allowed to take out, and then secondly, it is there, there. And this can protect you from future. That means he's saying that if you do some bhakti, for example, this lifetime, so when you leave this body, that will not go. Everything else will go, right? All your money, power, degrees, whatever you have, everything will go when you leave the body. But bhakti will not go because you will get a next chance. That means you will get a birth in a devotee's family or some place where it is conducive for your progress. Whereas in material life, it is not so, As per your karma, you will get some birth, something will happen, but you cannot carry. Just because suppose I had some $1 billion here, I cannot claim in the next life that, where is my $1 billion? No. You may get, provided you get born in another billionaire's house, right? Something like that. But especially, okay, money is one thing. But let us say education. You've done your PhD and all this lifetime. So next life when you get born, they don't say, he's already a PhD. Don't have to put him in the kindergarten. No, you got to again go. Again, then to get your PhD, you have to again do the same 30 years of thing. So we saw different acharyas explaining. And the one I like best was that, is in the material world, you can never be satisfied unless you are 100% success. Like, I was reading just 2 days back and I just remembered this Sloka. I think it was in Bombay or Delhi, I don't remember, but it was that 94% of the cutoff for entry into some IIT or IIM, whatever, 94%. So the person who got 93.9% marks, which is fantastic. So you imagine if your child gets 93.9% mark, everybody will say, wow, fantastic. But then he's not getting the admission. So that's not enough. Even 94 may not be enough in some other institute, So you have to be at the top of the line. So this is what we were discussing in detail. Of course, there were some wonderful commentaries on that, And then we saw that bhakti alone, that was the conclusion. And the same conclusion will be further fortified today. Yeah, we start from here. So we had finished up to here last time. Those, as I say, I'm again repeating, those who did not attend, please go through this previous recording, which I'm going to send today, so that there will be continuity. So we'll start from this one now. As our practice, we'll take turns to read so that everybody gets engaged. Start with Karthik Prabhu. Gone. Is there? Karthik Prabhu. I see you there. Unless you are not hearing me now.
So in the Agni Purana, it is stated that pseudo devotion, inconsistent devotion, and defective devotion due to insufficient knowledge or deviation from the Vedic injunctions renders any chance for reciprocation with the Supreme Lord as futile and in vain.
So Agni Purana is cautioning us that when we say Bhakti Yoga, we have to understand what is that meaning of that. Because so many people claim to be Bhakta. Everybody will say, oh, I'm a devotee of Lord Shiva, Lord Krishna, whatever. They will just say that. So what is the problem? They have these three problems. Pseudo devotion means actually what you think is a devotion is not a devotion at all. We cook up our own theory. For example, somebody says, oh, I read Bhagavad Gita and it says, Krishna says in 9.27, whatever you eat, whatever you do, just offer it to me. So I am eating this omelette. I made nice omelette for myself and I am giving it to Krishna also because Krishna says, give it to me. So this is not devotion because, then Krishna also says what he wants. We have to see it in full, not in only one shloka. Krishna says, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. If you give me some fruit, some water, some leaves, then I will accept it. Not anything and everything. He doesn't say andam, macham, meetam, all those things. You can eat, but you cannot offer. So that's not bhakti. Inconsistent devotion. Inconsistent. That means, okay, do it for some time and then again, start doing things. Like, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but, I heard this very nice thing. He says, the people who make a lot of this black money and, they have some gambling den or something. They also when they go home, they'll go to their puja room. And, then they will have the arti, Om Jai Jagadish Hare, like Dhana Sampati Ghara Ave. So Sampati has come, Dhana has come. So then they will close the door of the mandir from inside. And then inside they will count, he says, because nobody should see. It's all secret. Nobody should see how much money I made and things like that. And then people think that he's in the temple. So he must be doing puja or something, But actually he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. He's supposed to be doing, not actually what he's supposed to be doing. And then defective devotion. How? Defective meaning, again, doing something whimsically. Whatever it comes in mind. Not based on Vedic injunctions. Then what happens? Agni Purana says, then don't expect God to reciprocate. Don't expect that Krishna will still come and, do whatever you want him to do. He'll not be your order supplier. He'll not be exchanging. There will be no loving exchange. But yes, there is something is there. So we have to understand that, when we say Bhakti Yoga means linking with the Lord with your consciousness. Totally. That is Bhakti Yoga. Even when you are doing Arati, then you are, doing Arati. Arati means what? Invoking the glories of Lord. And we do Arati, we are also chanting, we are showing him the lamp, and everything, and offering him incense and flowers and so on. And then we take his mercy. We just say, please, oh Krishna. Of course, there was various things about that. Somebody says, when we offer, then he says, oh Krishna, whatever your problems are, let them go away. And then somebody says, when you do this, you say, okay, give me all your problems. Like you take God's problems. I didn't like that interpretation because what problem God can have? What problem Krishna has? And who are we to solve his problems? So this is a mercy only. It's not that you're trying to solve God's problem. Oh God, give me all your problems. Okay. Nice being humble, etc. But we are not qualified for that. So, yeah, that I was just remembering one story to share with you. But anyway, it will come again. I just skipped my mind again, just for a moment. Okay. Soumya Mataji.
It can be seen that even without any intention whatsoever of propitiating the Supreme Lord, by the performance of righteous actions without any desire for reward or recognition, whether complete or incomplete righteousness is most certainly accrued to the followers of the Supreme Lord regardless. This eternal truth was initiated in the Satya Yuga for the benefit of the worlds in the Vedic scriptures. Except by the mercy of the Supreme Lord, pleasure neither a drop of rain may fall, nor a blade of grass may grow.
It says that, what is saying here? Something good. Righteous means something good. Whether you are invoking the love of God in that or not, there is bhakti or not, you'll get some results. No doubt about that. It's not that we are not saying that, oh, this is total waste. But yes, in the ultimate goal, it is a waste, sort of a waste. Like you are doing something, but what are you getting out of this? Is hardly anything. Now I remember the story for this. A person wants to see the king. He has a desire that he should see the king. Now it's not easy to see the king. So he finds out from various places who is the king's secretary, this and that, who is relative. He just does a lot of research. And ultimately finds somebody. And then he tells him, can you give me a recommendation letter? I want to see the king. Can you get it from somewhere? And that person says, okay, let me know. I know some home secretary. Somehow he gets lots of efforts. And then he has to go all the way, pass through so many gates, security. Every time they check his, fingerprints and this and that and everything. Then finally he goes in front of the Lord. In front of the king. And the king sees him and he says, oh, I'm so happy to see you. He said, what can I do for you? And this man said, oh, can you arrange for one postage stamp for me? Or something, I want to have a pen from you. A small little thing. So, what are his efforts now getting him? The king is in such a mood to say, okay, whatever you want, I will give you. You come at a muhurta, at a time that I can give you whatever you want. Now, what you are asking? So it is like that. The Krishna is ready to give us his supreme bhakti, and we are asking for some small little thing. Get me this, get me that, we have a small list. The wife or the husband has given the list. Okay, check the list. He says, okay. Can you get me one 30 by 40 plot? Or, something like that, some job or car or this or that. So, the Vedic injunctions, the Vedic scriptures mostly compiled in Satya Yuga, they show us the way to get the highest. See, if you if you read, for example, Atharva Veda, you will come to know a lot about good and bad and karma and papa and this and that. But if you go to Rig Veda or Sama Veda, the level is totally different. So the Vedas have taught us how to go from this level to the high levels gradually. And if you follow that and ultimately take up to the path of bhakti, then only everything will happen. And here, of course, this we from India, so we know this always. Nothing moves without the will of the Lord. भगवान की मर्जी के बिना एक पत्ता भी नहीं हिलता, एक बूंद भी नहीं गिरती. Otherwise, people say that, right? I'm sure all of you have heard this. But the person who is saying that, he himself has no faith in that, because if there is no bhakti, he is just saying it for the sake of saying it. And when time comes, he runs to somebody else, not to God. And then when that somebody else also fails, then he comes to God. Before that is, let me try out this. Let me go to my friend. कुछ करोगे भैया हमारे लिए. And the friend also says, यार करना तो था, but अभी नहीं होता है. Something he will say. And finally, he will, when nothing is there, then only God comes in the picture. So this is our problem. Radhika Raman Prabhu.
A spiritually intelligent living entity should always be a humble servant of transcendental Supreme Lord Krishna, serving him with loving devotion, without any desires. A living entity reading this material should understand it completely, should never have any reservation that there is anything equal to or superior to him. One should understand that according to revealed scriptures, everything in existence has been created by him, and everything in existence is subordinate to him.
This is from a pure devotee of the Lord, who has absolute 110% faith in the Lord, in his supremacy. So he's bold, you can see that. He's saying, when you are doing the service, you have to be humble. You have to be humble servant, and your service should be with love, without any desires, right? But he's giving a extra thing that, at least he says, after reading all this, we should understand that there is nobody equal to or greater than Krishna, and that he is the main creator, and we are all subordinate to him. So what is he saying? Krishna Ek Malik, we are all Das. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also said the same thing, right? Jivera Swarupa Hoye, Krishna Das, Krishnera Das. This is our real situation, real position. So he is reminding us that when we are talking of this particular shloka, that is in relation to this, not in relation to anything and everything. No. In other words, he is differentiating between punya and sukruti. That's my favorite subject always. I always try to emphasize on sukruti, because sukruti is the one which will take us through, not punya. We are not much interested in punya. Punya automatically, when you are doing sukruti, how can punya be available? But we don't do only for punya. That's the difference. And that is why this is more important, that we have to understand it from the point of view of Bhakti Yoga only. Because, why I'm saying, because if you read Bhagavad Gita's different commentaries, you will see different purports. Very few will talk like this. Rashmi Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Without having comprehensive knowledge according to the Vedic scripture of the paramount position of the Supreme Lord Krishna as the Supreme Lord over all, there is all one prayers, penance and longing for the heavenly realms will be in vain. For without relinquishing attachment to the senses and without constant remembrance of the Supreme Lord Krishna, Even knowledge of the Vedas is in vain. But still, due to having some piety, they gradually are redeemed by the Supreme Lord at the end when they have realized that surrendering all actions unto the Supreme Lord according to the Vedic injunction after living many lives performing meritorious actions. Hare Krishna.
So what he is saying here is that, unless we understand the supreme position of Krishna, we don't worship him as one of the devatas, one of the gods, one of the incarnations, But only when we understand that he is the Ishvara Parama Krishna, Satchidananda Vigraha, Anadiradir Govinda, Sarva Karana Karanam. So unless we understand this particular position of Krishna, then he says, even when you are having knowledge of Vedas and all is no use. Just by learning the Vedic Sanskrit slokas, there is no guarantee that you will achieve the highest. But of course, if one is doing other things, other good things, then he says, yes, that's not bad. We are not condemning. What we are saying is, anyway you are putting so much efforts, why not put it where you will get the best result, right? Efforts are there, efforts are required for everything. So why not put your efforts where results will be easier, efforts will be less. So we are giving actually a very win-win situation to everybody. That actually what we are saying in Krishna consciousness, okay, you continue doing what you are doing, just add Krishna. Just add Krishna. Change your transform your consciousness. Otherwise, you will keep on doing this, you will keep on coming and you will keep on enjoying your fruits of your punya. But for enjoying, you will have to come back again. And for bad karma, of course, we are not recommending that at all. Because that's the end of your everything. Right? Okay. Now, anybody who has not yet spoken? So I think we'll go back to Karthik Prabhu.
So, one who has not realized the Supreme Lord Krishna's paramount position overall there is, even if they perform all the rituals enjoined in the Vedas, cannot be spoken as of as a real knower of Vedanta. So the word Vada means speech. So one who speaks about the Supreme Lord Krishna, who is the ultimate goal of the Vedas, without factually understanding his supreme position, is merely theoretical. So one should not be engrossed in debative arguments about the Vedas with living entities of no piety, or to those who purposely perform sinful activities, or to those who are incorrigible.
So we have to choose our audience very carefully. It says again, like Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita at the end, he says, please do not talk about this knowledge to one who is envious, one who is not accepting anything. Then what is the use of telling him? Here also he is saying that, okay, just because Vedas have lies, the same thing, the previous sloka, as previous commentary and this commentary are just continuation. One who speaks about the Supreme Lord Krishna, who is the ultimate goal, without factually understanding, what he's talking about is so many Bhagavatkar, Kathakar, this, that, nice orators, everything they will speak. And then, one lecture I was attending, he spoke so nicely. Everybody was clapping every now and then. He says, about goodness and righteousness and honesty and purity and this and that and all that, and then everybody was appreciating. He was telling a lot of stories. And everybody was appreciating. Wow, big clapping. So I was a little curious that, okay, this person is saying all these good things. Let us see where he takes us ultimately. What is his final instruction? And then he talks about Krishna also and, glorifies him and all that. And then he gives a proposal. He says, okay, now you know who is Krishna? Yes, everybody, nodding the head and all that. Now I can make you Krishna. And finish, like I immediately, the interest level went shoo down, like he's making you Krishna now. And people were like, very eager to know. Everybody wants to, who doesn't want to become Krishna? Only a devotee. Other than that, everybody says, okay, Krishna, wow, tell me how much? Immediately the hand goes to the pocket and taking out your checkbook or credit card, and like, okay, tell me, how much it costs to become Krishna? And he says, no, simple, I'll tell you. I'll tell you how Krishna became Krishna. And then I'll give you the formula how you can become Krishna. So we have to be very, very careful about these type of people. They are very good orators. But their ultimate goal is to keep you locked down in this material world, to keep you keep you away from the bliss of Krishna Bhakti, to keep you away from the glorious, life of Goloka Vrindavan, so we have to be very, very careful. And that's why he says, one should not be engrossed in debative arguments. Like people want to argue, they have a lot of time for arguments, less time for action. Like he says, it is all these things, if you know all these things, that's only theoretical. Remember I told you the story of the person knowing everything and then going and not even entering the temple because he says, I know everything, I know what's inside this Krishna, why I go. It's like, a person eating banana without peeling, He was just eating banana without peeling, just with peel. So somebody asked him, sir, why you are eating like this? Just peel that and then we eat. He says, what is the use? I know inside there is banana only. So what is the use of removing? Because I know it's a banana, so I'm just eating, So people will give you so many theories, so many arguments, but in their own practical life, you will see that they are doing nothing of them. They just may be saying, okay, if you leave this, that happens, leave that. But you find out that he's not leaving anything and he's not doing anything and he's simply interested in argument. Soumya Mataji.
These unfortunate living entities descend to the worlds of obscurity and darkness perpetually, and which are without a beginning and an end. In the Vedic scriptures, these worlds are known as Vavr, meaning from whence there is no return, and where dwell living entities languishing in nescience.
So the Acharya is calling these people as unfortunate, because they will go, this is from the Isha Upanishad, they will just go into the region which is totally dark, perpetually, and there is no end, and there is no return. You cannot come back from there, there are that kind of hell also available, where you cannot come back. There are some hells which are longish torture, but ultimately you come back. But by negating the supremacy of Krishna and trying to become equal to him, etc., this is what happens to these people. Okay, we have 2 or 3 more. Rashmi Mataji.
Krishna. In the normal course of events, actions and merits have a finish at the end of one's lifetime. The actions have a conclusion in this world and the merits have a conclusion in the next world. It is likened as the farmer tilling his crops. By industrious actions, the merits of an abundant harvest are assured. But if he is to omit any of the steps, such as watering or pruning within the process, the harvest is put into jeopardy. Similarly, the demerits of non-committance by Arjuna is also possible if any action of his duty is not performed.
There are two things here. I took this because I like that thing, that actions have a conclusion in this world, right? Whatever karma we do, once we leave the body, the karma is over, right? But the merits, the phala of karma phala, is also available in the next life, next world, wherever we go, right? Karma go with you, the karma phala go with you. And then secondly, he's talking is that giving the example of a farmer. Farmer is doing everything, but suppose he omits one step, will the crop come? Same way in our bhakti, if you are following everything, but we miss some steps, try to jump from this to that without completing. Like for example, we recommend sadhana bhakti, Vaidhi sadhana bhakti, Raganuga sadhana bhakti, then bhava bhakti, then prema bhakti. Now you want to suddenly jump to prema bhakti without understanding what is in between, then there is a problem, right? Then there is a problem. So same way, it's nicely connecting to Arjuna's situation, because we are talking of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna and Arjuna are there. And he's saying that Arjuna also missed the committance, non-committance. That means he says, I'm not, being a Kshatriya is refusing to fight. So that will come in his way, and then his duty will not be performed. So in other words, if you are trying to become a devotee, then you have to follow the rules of a devotee. You cannot become a devotee by following a demon's rules, right? You cannot say, "Nahi, somehow the sab chalta hai," because in our country we have this huge bad habit of sab chalta hai. Adjust everything. Like, you are brought Krishna home, and then instead of offering him, you sometimes you say, "Krishna, aaj kuch bhog nahi hai, adjust kar lo thoda." Like we do that, right? We do that many times. We even don't say that, we don't even apologize that, okay, I could not do this and that. We say, okay, theek hai. So what? Krishna to bhav ka bhoka hai, unko kya hai? He doesn't need anything. Kya farak padta hai? So we take it very casually. So that's what he's saying, commitment. But just because there is a commitment required, we should not be shy of it. No, a commitment karna is to chhod do na. Like our Mataji was telling few days back, that because she is afraid of doing something wrong, so karo hi mat. Because I'm afraid of drowning in the water, so I don't try to learn to swim. Something like that. I'm not condemning. I'm just saying this is our situation. This is our position many times. Radhika Raman Prabhu.
In this regard, then by only acting without fruitive desires does not guarantee freedom from the shackles of bondage in the material existence. But here Lord Krishna explains in Bhakti Yoga, which is his exclusive loving devotion service, there is an exemption to the aforementioned rule, and that there is never any loss or diminution to those who are fortunate enough to perform Bhakti Yoga in this lifetime or any lifetime.
So again, the caution given is that just a nishkama karma is not enough. It's not enough to get away from this bondage. It's a good thing. That's the next highest thing you can say, but not good enough. And again, we'll see this in the 12th chapter when Krishna says that, okay, that's the last one. If nothing can be done, then at least do that much. That's what he says. So here, this rule of getting away from the bondage can be broken only by bhakti yoga. That's why I say this rule of bondage that you have to come back can be broken only by bhakti yoga, only by surrendering to Krishna. This lifetime or any lifetime, depending. No? So at least if you are now slowly progressing, there is a hope, very good hope, strong hope that in near future we will be able to achieve that goal. Okay, this is the last one. And we'll go to Karthik Prabhu.
In Bhakti Yoga, there is no chance of contrary results or fear of demerits in committance or non-committance when carrying out devotional service for the ultimate satisfaction of the Supreme Lord. Hence, even the slightest effort in the cultivation of Bhakti Yoga, which is without fruitive desires and which is also known as acting selflessly, assures one complete protection and inevitably saves one from transmigration and the endless cycle of birth and death in the material existence.
Last week when we started this particular sloka, I asked that question to all of you, those who are present. What is the greatest fear according to you? And because this is a group of devotees, almost everything, I think 80% I got the answer that the fear is of, cycle of birth and death. Janma mrityu, jara vyadi. That's the biggest fear for a devotee or for a person who's really intent of going back. So this is what it means in this shloka. What it means is the slightest effort, a little, like chanting one round, saying 11 times Hare Krishna, at least taking one agarbatti and offering it to Krishna with love, plucking some nice flowers for him and or buying whatever, fragrant flowers by the by, no useless flowers without any fragrance, then that will assure your progress. And ultimately, by Krishna's mercy, we can even stop this cycle, stop this cycle totally forever. And this is Krishna's guarantee. I am again repeating. It's not spoken by some Tata Motor or Sony Electronics, that okay, you are guaranteed, and then when it happens, then there is no guarantee that your guarantee will be fulfilled. That's right. They can always come out with a thing that, oh, you did not do this properly, you did not plug it properly, you did this happen, you try it out, you will find out. But here it's Krishna's guarantee. Absolutely guaranteed that the guarantee will work. Okay, so thank you very much. Stop here. If you have any question, comment, we can take it up. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I thought this chapter was about Karma Yoga, but here in the purport, devotion is talked about.
It's not about Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is chapter number 3. We are in second chapter.
What is it called, Prabhuji? Second chapter?
This is, of course, some people call it as a Sankhya Yoga, but actually it is a whole Bhagavad Gita summary,
Okay, Prabhuji.
Bhagavad Gita
Prabhuji.
summary. Yeah, that's why it takes you from the Sankhya Yoga, that is the knowledge of the soul. Then you come to Sakama Karma, Nishkama Karma, then Buddhi Yoga, like that. Everything is covered here.
Prabhuji, in one of the purports, inconsistent devotion has been criticized.
Yes.
But Prabhuji, in Bhagavad Gita itself, when Arjuna he talks to God about Path Bhrashta Yogi, then God says that my devotee will never be destroyed, even if he gets swayed at the end of his life.
Right.
So that way, Prabhuji, there is a contradiction between that and this explanation.
Never a contradiction. This is first of all, what we read is from Agni Purana. Okay. What we read was Agni Purana. This is not from Bhagavad Gita. And secondly, that what he's saying is also correct, because what Krishna is talking is a devotee means not inconsistent devotee, right? Devotee means devotee. It's not a part-time job. It's not that कि ठीक है दिन में डिवोटी है तो 2 घंटे के लिए डिवोटी है, बाद में भी 24 घंटे हम शराब खाने में जाते हैं, ये करते हैं, तो हम तो उस टाइम पे नहीं ना, सवेरे तो हम डिवोटी है ना, राइट? और मंगलवार को डिवोटी है, सोमवार को है, ये है वो है, these are all called inconsistent devotee, like seasonal, inconsistent.
Okay, Prabhuji. I thought it was talking about lessening or increasing of intensity in devotion. Okay, then it's clear to me. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Inconsistent means not regular, not always, just क्या कहते हैं ना उसको,
whether it be to any extent.
Occasional, yeah.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Because that means you live in that period, you live like a devotee, but rest of the period you are absolutely not bothered. क्या खा रहे हो, क्या पी रहे हो, ठीक है अभी तो ठीक है, अभी थोड़ी पी रहा हूँ. Like I told you, one relative of ours, she was telling me, that when they got married, she got married. She was telling, my husband is a police IPS officer, and he, when he got married, he insisted that he will wear dhoti only.
You had told about it,
Right? I told
long
you
time back.
Yeah, and then
Yes.
then she has come to us and was asking where is the chicken biryani available.
Yes, Prabhuji.
I just jokingly asked her that. I said, is he going to eat it with dhoti or without dhoti?
Prabhuji remember.
So I'm talking of that. Okay, we can be honest that I'm not a devotee. I want to be a devotee, or I'm trying to be a devotee, and in the process right now I'm not able to do much. I'm in a big mess. So that is an admittance. That's some hope. But if you say no, everything is fine, I'm a devotee also, I'm this also, I'm that also, then there is a problem. Then it's okay. We have no issues. We have no issues. I have personally no issue. I say, okay, this is your life. You lead as you like. Right?
Prabhuji, that is more like hypocrisy, Prabhuji. What you just said. This is more like hypocrisy.
Yeah. That's what is this is the lie. This is the Kali Yuga is called the age of quarrel and hypocrisy. So we should not be surprised.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, I have a question.
Yeah.
When we promise something to Krishna and I'll do 16 rounds, okay,
Right.
But somehow the other day something happens and you couldn't do, you're busy, and so at the end of the day when you go to sleep, when you're very tired and you feel you're not completed and you feel guilty, Prabhuji, and then what should we do in that case, Prabhuji? Because most of the times
we have a discount over discount, first discount was you can complete any time this that. Second discount is you can complete it next day.
Okay.
Yeah, like there are some devotees I meet, and they say, "Arey Prabhu, बहुत chant करना है, क्या होगा? अरे 3 दिन का बाकी है, like lagging behind. The whole day they are doing nothing but chanting. But at least it is better than not chanting at all. It will happen. I know that. This is why I'm saying you will find a very rare one devotee who says that I have never missed my chanting. Not going to happen. Because we are in situation, we are traveling, we are in different time zone, we are in so many things, Like our Guru Maharaj, once he was traveling from, I think, America to India to Australia, and that totally time different. Then it was an Ekadashi. So his Ekadashi became something like 48 hours, because everywhere he was going was Ekadashi,
Krishna.
So, but first he was, he decided that, okay, doesn't matter, so what, I'll do it for 48 hours. But then his medical condition, and then he has to take medicine and this. Then says, okay, let me follow one zone somewhere, Okay. So, then do it next day. A lot of people do that, then that's what it is.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Because of this.
Yeah, I have some devotees here also. I remember, I don't want to name anybody, but I know some devotees who will be awake till 12 o'clock in the night and finish it somehow or the other same day.
Yes, Prabhu. I try to do that, Prabhuji.
I know. You should be sincere. That's all. Your excuse should be sincere, and you should be sincere. Not be that you don't use any excuse for getting away from your devotion. That's all.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Anybody else has anything to say? Add something? Maybe I missed some point. Radhika Raman Prabhu. Karthik Prabhu. Okay then.
Prabhuji, just one thing, Prabhuji. I thought maybe others might ask. It's a very short question, Prabhuji. The rosary that I've started chanting with the help of, it is a bit dirty, Prabhuji. So can I bathe it in water? I'll pour that water on a plant only.
Yes. You
So
can.
I can mix up.
You know, the best thing I'll tell you, you bathe it in water, and then what you do is take sarso ka tel. You know, sarso ka tel.
Yes, I know, Prabhuji.
Boil it. And boil this chanting beads also in that, you know, and then allow it to dry, and then wipe it with cloth, and then it will become very strong, nice.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay.
So along with the water, I can also boil this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Prabhuji. For 2-3 minutes, Prabhuji, most.
Yeah.
At the most.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Everybody. Thank you. Wish you all happy Radha Ashtami tomorrow.
Same to you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Bhaiya. Thank you.